Hey everybody, Dan here for Comic Frontline, and it is time for our weekly comic book haul. A few days late, I had a busy work week and into the weekend. So, I did get the books on Wednesday, just didn't get around to showing you all what I got, but it is before the next week. So, we will get into what came out on Wednesday, and we have Savage Dragon hits number 200. Okay, I've been with Savage Dragon since the first issue. Great book. Uh, this has a number of guest creators and pinups. It's, as you can see, stack it up to a regular comic book. Extra pages in this one. Vanguard on the back cover. Actually, Savage Dragon and Vanguard both came out of Megaton, which was a company way back. Actually, there was an ad for Youngblood that premiered there. I mean, that's kind of some of the publishing origins of some of the Image comic characters within Megaton. I know they had a Megaton Christmas special, or they had a few issues of Megaton plus backup stories. Vanguard was in there. So that's really something that I followed all the way through creation of Image and to the present day. So 200 issues, drawing almost all of them himself. Quite an accomplishment for Eric Larson. So congratulations to him on hitting issue 200. All right. Another character who's been around for quite a while is Lady Demon. Originally coming from Chaos Comics. Lady Demon is part of that whole cast of characters with Evil Ernie, Lady Death. Actually, way back, used to see the initial creators for Chaos Comics at conventions I was attending. Stephen Hughes was the original Lady Death artist. He had passed, but he was a great guy. And I always came in and out of following Chaos Comic creations. But this one looked interesting, so I picked it up. Let's see. What number is this? God is Dead, number 25. Again, this is a book crossing over various mythologies, and I've always been a big mythology fan. They always have a few covers each month, so at least in previews you are able to order which cover you like. It's just a matter of hopefully you have a good comic store that'll pull the right one for you if you are ordering specific covers. All right. Going into Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. Spidey's been around for a while, but apparently this is the first annual. Yeah, I guess I looked through it. Not sure if I did a pre-order. I'm seeing, I believe, what was I probably did pre-order it, because I do look in previews for creators, and this had Brandon Peterson's name attached to it. Really love Brandon Peterson's work. At one point, when CrossGen came around, I believe they made him their art director. So that's the amount of artistic talent this man has. It's fortunate for us when he does interiors of a book, and that's what he did here. So I was all about that. All right, and talking about amazing artists, again, Marvel, I have to say they got kind of the artistic edge on DC. I mean, DC has great artists. Brett Booth immediately comes to mind. But, I mean, Marvel just has such a stable of artists. They have Guardians of the Galaxy Annual #1, and they got Frank Cho doing the interiors on this. They have, I believe, upcoming books from Art Adams, and with Todd Nork doing Nightcrawler, Tom Rainey, Mike McCone. I mean, Marvel really, I guess the money from the movies, perhaps, they're able to corner the market almost on great artists. There are great artists at DC, but just the amount of great artists that are at Marvel really seems to blow it out of the water. Terry Dodson doing Marvel work. I mean, I was probably growing up as more of a DC fan, but I bought both. I always bought both, but I always had the edge on DC. But these days, Marvel, I mean, it's just amazing. They're killing it. They haven't ruined their universe with a New 52 type thing. Well, at any rate, actually, though, with DC's new event coming and showing different universes, they may be back on track. They have Gary Frank doing something with that. The Captain Marvel stuff looks promising. So DC may bounce back, but right now, got to give the edge to Marvel. And again, Guardians of the Galaxy by Frank Cho doing interiors. This might have to be my book of the week if I were to create such a label each week. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, Annual #1, Frank Cho. Being that this haul is a little late, I did flip through most of these books, and I tell you, it's amazing artwork. Frank Cho, always a winner. All right, and talking about, as I said, great artist, and ranking him among Marvel's great artists, Todd Nork doing Nightcrawler, and we get to see some of classic X-Men characters within, Colossus being my favorite X-Men ever, so he's in there, and Todd Nork does a superb job rendering all of the characters within that book. All right, and talking again about Marvel's great list of artists. Okay, you have this amazing X-Men. What number is this? 14. 14. Okay, so we got Carlo Barberi, who I really enjoy his work. Great artist. And I had been doing haul videos where I had, I guess, some Batman Beyond issues where I guess it was Batman Beyond Universe maybe, or it's, recently Batman Beyond had like a future Justice League story in there. They had an artist, Iban, I'm going to butcher this last name here, Iban Suello, I'll go with. That's Coello. And I said, wow, that's a great artist, and they had him, but now he's doing part of this amazing X-Men issue, so maybe Marvel took note, like, wow, there's a great artist, let's scoop him up. All right, so we have X-Men 22, as I stated, Terry Dodson being a great artist, he's providing the cover here, Rachel Dodson doing the inks. That's a top-notch combination. And the interiors, we got Harvey Tolobao and Dexter Soy. Dexter Soy, I know he had done a little run on Captain Marvel, the Marvel Captain Marvel. Harvey, or Ms. Marvel at the time, perhaps. Harvey Tolobao, I've seen his work, and it's good work. Seems to be some Tom Rainey influence within his work. And, Rainey being one of my favorites, that's not a bad thing. So, X-Men, number 22, Terry Dodson cover. That's all you need. All right. Um, this is Avengers, number 39. Always amazed at these books that have been out for so long, and yet they're only up to 39. All right. All the Avengers. And, we got a different group of characters within this one. Who's doing... Oh, Mike Deodato doing the art. So, that's good stuff. All right, now, who did this one here? Get a credits somewhere in the back, perhaps. That's good work. Just not finding the credits here. Okay. Nick Spencer and Frank Barberi writing. Marco Cicchetto and Ramon Rosanas doing the art. This is Avengers World, number 16. I had looked through it and thought it looked good, so I picked it up. All right. Spider-Verse Team Up, number 2. This had a pretty good story. Well, we get to see the Ultimate Universe Spider-Man, Miles Morales, with the TV show. I guess that's the Ultimate Spider-Man for the TV show, the cartoon that's currently out. And we also see them teaming up with the 1967, 69, somewhere in there, 67 perhaps, cartoon Spider-Man and encountering his villains. So, as someone who's witnessed all those, or, watched those TV shows and read Miles, I really appreciated that little crossover and the differences that they point out within. I'm not one usually for any spoilers or anything, but I just found it funny because in the old Spider-Man cartoon, they were a little hesitant to draw all the webbing all the time, so sometimes you would just see the webbing on the mask and the hands, and it's funny to have him looking at the other guys and going like, hey, you guys went a little pretty heavy on the webbing there, didn't you? So it's pretty amusing stuff in here. If you like crossovers like that, like I do, then you'll enjoy that. Moving into DC. Okay, World's Finest, number 29. And, still picking this one up. I found that this issue, I haven't been big on the New 52, especially Superman. But it seems like the Earth 2 Superman Batman, when they're doing these flashbacks, has a more classic feel to them. And I did like the art. And the art kind of had a kind of a throwback feel to it, but still being very modern, but just, there was some more classic looking renditions of some of the characters. Like Superman looked more like himself than what I've seen in a lot of books. So I'll kind of zoom in on Supes right there. Kind of had a look to him that, to me, just seemed more like Superman than the dude who's been running around the New 52. So, World's Finest, number 29. Pick that up. Earth 2, World's End, number 10. I'm in and out of this whole World's End and Earth 2 stuff. I think I have most of it, but occasionally if I flip through it and I just like, the art, maybe I might skip over something. I'm not opposed to doing that. I might still have everything though. Earth 2. Let's see. Justice League United number 7. The Legion of Superheroes has been in on this one. And if you're a Legion fan, you're happy. If you're not a Legion fan, then perhaps you're like, just want to get back to the Justice League United team. But yeah, I'm always down for some Legion, so I was happy with it. Harley Quinn Holiday Special number 1. Yeah, I flipped through it. I had been picking up the regular series, like Chad Harden's art. This one looked up and down for me going through it. Not anything too exciting as far as I was concerned. But I had picked it up. All right. That kind of did for the comic store, but I had ordered a couple comics online and ended up with those. So let's do those real quick. Now, actually, I had ordered from previews. Life with Archie number 36. That was the death of Archie. And this is the Adam Hughes cover. Now, I ordered it, and I was told at the comic store that issues were allocated. I guess because people went nuts getting it. And I didn't really want to overpay for it, but I did finally find it for a very reasonable price. So, big fan of Adam Hughes, Archie reader from way back. So I said to myself, I have number 37, which kind of concludes this story. It is the death of Archie, but it's happening in the future. The Archie company has stated that it is in continuity. It is the way that Archie ultimately meets his demise, but it has not happened yet. So that was their official statement. And as I said, Adam Hughes cover, and you gotta love that. All right. Another book I had ordered. Actually got a little note from the creators letting me know it was out. Mutant Chasers, number 1. Okay. Ken Lashley does the cover, and I'm a big fan of Ken Lashley. So I was really down for checking this out. I mean, the interiors were good as well. Let's see. Writer, Sam Wallace. Co-writer, Louis Pryor. Artist, Vincenzo Cucca. Colorist, Eric Arcingia. Letterer, Nicole McDonald. And we have a cover by Ken Lashley and colored by the Blonde, or Blonde as he's called. Then we got variant cover A, Ken Lashley, Edgar Delgado. Variant cover B, Gerard Sandoval and Frankie DeMarta. So I haven't come across the variants. Maybe I'll pop back to the website to see what the variants look like. But I thought this was a great cover. So I might have seen the variants on the website, but this would have been the one I would pick anyway. Read it already, and I did enjoy it. There are a couple parts in the story where I'm kind of still looking to see how that all comes together. But, generally I love super teams, which, even though they're not in costume or anything, this does qualify. And, like I said, for a first effort, I, would think this is a very good outing for, let's see, Be Amazed Studios being the name of the company. Trying to, preview the art here. So you can all see that it is a high quality production. And something that I did enjoy, and I'll be on the lookout for the second issues. They even have like a issue 2 preview going on here. Printed by the fine folks at Kablam, which is where I print my own comics line, Argo Comics. So, got a little page here giving you a bit of a story synopsis. And kind of just like I do, you have the characters kind of lined up here, which is always a good idea so that you can kind of, with especially independent characters, kind of want to know who's who. And you don't always, some people groan about it where the initial page where they show up and someone says, oh, that was a really close call, Pickle Man. Yes, I agree, Potato Woman. And, people just like, oh, why do they have to say their names? But, you have to say their names because people don't know. So by doing a little character lineup there, that kind of saves you from having to do that. Sometimes, like as in when the Legion shows up, they will just have like a big page of a splash with the whole team there and little boxes next to each of them saying their name and power. That also works out well as far as, giving people an idea of who's who. But, yeah, like I said, I'll recommend this Mutant Chasers and BMA Studios. So I think you can kind of Google that and you'll be able to find that on the web. All right. So that's going to do it for this comic book haul. And keep coming back to Comic Frontline for all your news, reviews, and entertainment.